In this video, I'm going to build a full-stack app from scratch using Lovable. We'll go from a simple idea to a live deployed URL, look at the actual code it generates, connect it to GitHub, and compare this workflow to the usual terminal-based AI setup. Now, I got this idea because I've been spending a lot of time lately with tools like Cursor and other local agents. They're powerful, but there's always this layer of overhead. You're installing dependencies, managing API keys, spinning up databases, dealing with environment variables, deploying to some separate hosting provider, and when something breaks locally, now you're debugging your setup instead of building your product. So the question is, what if you could keep the agent-style workflow, describing features in plain English and iterating with AI, but skip the entire terminal rabbit hole? That's what Lovable is trying to do. It's basically agentic AI development in the browser. You describe your app, and it generates a full-stack project. Front-end, back-end, database, authentication, hosting, all handled for you. Let's see how it actually works. All right, so we're on lovable.dev. Once you log in, you land on the main page with a pretty simple layout. Take a look at the prompt box. That's your starting point. Instead of opening a terminal, running create React app, setting up a backend, connecting a database, all of that, you just type whatever app you want. I'll type build a SaaS dashboard with real user authentication, a monthly revenue chart, and a customer management table, all with a database as well. Use a clean, modern UI. That's it. No framework selection, database setup, or any of those stuff. I'll hit enter. Now Lovable starts generating the project. Behind the scenes, it's scaffolding a full stack app. Front-end, back-end, database schema, authentication flow, all inside its cloud environment. And this is the first big difference compared to terminal tools. If I were doing this locally, I'd be creating the repo, installing dependencies, setting up something like Supabase or Firebase, configuring environment variables, making sure auth works. Then wiring up the UI. Here, I just wait a couple minutes. All right, and now we have a working app preview. We've got a login and signup flow, a dashboard layout, there's a revenue chart, and there's a customer table already connected to a database. And I haven't touched a single config file. Everything is running in Lovable's cloud workspace. My local machine is completely untouched. That's the core idea here. You stay focused on the product, not the setup. Next, let's look at the actual code it generated because this part matters. You can review it by clicking on this button up here. All right, this is a project structure basically. It's like a stripped down VS Code UI or other code editors you might use. You can see the front-end components, the pages, the back-end logic, and such. In terms of code and from a technical standpoint, it just looks like a normal modern web app. You can inspect everything. This is where it separates itself from traditional no-code tools. You actually own the code. And if you want to take it further, you can connect it directly to GitHub. So let's do that. I'll link this project to a GitHub repo. Once it's connected, Lovable can push commits automatically. And if I ever want to pull this into VS Code and keep building manually, I can. That's a big deal. With terminal-based agents like Claude Code, you start in your local repo and the AI edits files. Here, you start in the cloud, but you can still sync back to a normal engineering workflow. So this isn't about replacing developers. It's more about removing the initial setup friction. You can prototype insanely fast, then transition to a traditional workflow if the project grows or needs deeper customization. All right, now that we've seen the base app and the code behind it, let's actually iterate on it using chat and add something more advanced. So instead of manually opening files and editing components, I'll just use a chat on the side. I'll type, add a Stripe subscription system with a pricing page. Include a basic monthly and yearly plan. Submit that. Lovable switches into execution mode and starts updating the project. You can see it thinking through what needs to change. It adds a pricing page, wires up the payment flow, creates the backend logic, and connects everything together. Normally, this is where you'd be installing the Stripe SDK, setting up webhooks, storing secret keys, and testing locally before deploying. Here, it's handled inside the platform. While it's generating, you may be prompted in chat to enter in your Stripe API key. I'll just enter mine in and let it continue. Okay, here it also asked me for confirmation on the details of the subscription. It looks good, so I'll just give it the go ahead. Let's check the preview. We now have a pricing page with plans, and the backend is already configured to support subscriptions. The flow is integrated into the existing auth system without me touching anything manually. If you want more control before changes happen, there's also plan mode. You can ask something like, what's the best way to structure role-based access in this app? And it will outline a plan first. Here's what it came up with, right? Got a database layer, looks good, and then RLS policies. And yeah, okay, we can work with this. Once you approve it, then it applies the changes. That's useful for bigger updates where you don't want surprise edits. The experience feels similar to working with an AI coding agent, but instead of managing your environment, you're just describing product features. Now let's take this one step further and actually deploy it. In a normal workflow, this is where you'd start thinking about hosting. Are you using Vercel, AWS, DigitalOcean? Did you configure environment variables correctly? Did you set up SSL? Is your database exposed properly? Here, you just hit publish. Lovable handles the hosting, backend, database connection, and gives you a live URL. SSL is already configured, the backend is already running in their managed environment, and that's it, the app is live. We went from a plain English prompt to a deployed SaaS-style dashboard with authentication and payments, all inside one browser session. No switching tools, no local environment setup, no separate hosting dashboard. Now, just because it's easy doesn't mean it's for every situation. So let's talk about when this actually makes sense. So who should actually use this? If you're a non-technical founder trying to validate an idea, this is honestly kind of perfect. You can go from concept to working product without hiring a dev team or learning how to configure a backend. If you're a designer or product person, this is way more useful than just building a Figma mockup. You get something real. Users can sign up, data gets stored, you can test actual workflows instead of static screens. Even as a developer, I see the value. A lot of early stage work is repetitive. Auth flows, admin dashboards, basic CRUD features, internal tools. That stuff is not intellectually challenging. It just takes time. Lovable can handle that foundation, so you can focus on the parts that actually differentiate your product. And since you can sync to GitHub, you're not giving up control. You can always pull the code into your own editor later and keep building normally. If you want to try Lovable yourself, check out the link in the description. They give you free credits to start so you can spin up a small project and see how it feels without committing to anything. I'd recommend trying something practical. Build a simple SaaS dashboard, create an internal tool, set up a landing page with real auth and a database behind it. Go from prompt to live URL and see how fast that loop is. If you've been curious about agent-style development but didn't want to deal with the terminal setup, this is honestly one of the easiest ways to experiment with that workflow. That's about it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.